Let's walk on the wise path.
Welcome, seekers of wisdom and champions of the human spirit, to a journey through the profound philosophy of Albert Camus. In a world that often seems devoid of inherent meaning, Camus invites us to embrace what he calls absurd freedom, a concept that challenges us to find purpose in the seemingly chaotic dance of existence. Today, we unravel the essence of living freely in this seemingly meaningless world, drawing inspiration from the timeless wisdom of Albert Camus and his philosophy of absurdism. 1. The Absurd Freedom Manifesto. Albert Camus, a French Algerian luminary of the 20th century, gifted the world with a philosophy that resonates even in the depths of existential uncertainty. At the heart of his teachings is the notion of absurd freedom, a liberation born from acknowledging life's inherent lack of meaning. In the face of absurdity, Camus proposes that true freedom emerges a freedom untethered from illusions and false beliefs. Believe in freedom. Camus challenges us to confront the absurdity of life head-on, to recognize that the universe is a canvas waiting for the strokes of our own meaning. True freedom, he argues, begins with a belief in our ability to shape our destiny. We explore the power of recognizing our freedom, breaking free from the shackles of victimhood, and envisioning a future crafted by our own hands. In embracing Camus's philosophy, we find that believing in freedom is not merely an intellectual exercise, it's an existential leap. The realization that life lacks inherent meaning is not a cause for despair, but a call to arms. By acknowledging the absurdity of our existence, we liberate ourselves from the burdens of false expectations and predetermined destinies. Consider the analogy of a professional sprinter who, due to an unforeseen accident, finds themselves confined to a wheelchair. In this moment, the individual faces a choice to dwell on the loss of the old meaning tied to athleticism or to embrace the freedom to create a new one. Camus encourages us to view such shifts not as limitations, but as opportunities for redefining our purpose. This newfound freedom to create meaning becomes a beacon, guiding us through the labyrinth of life's absurdity. Moreover, embracing this philosophy requires a shift in mindset. Camus urges us to discard the role of victims, shedding the belief that circumstances, genetics, or external factors determine our fate. Even when external conditions seem insurmountable, the mental freedom to imagine a better future becomes a potent source of resilience. A person in a challenging socioeconomic environment, for instance, can find solace and motivation by envisioning a path to improvement and contributing positively to their community. Fight for freedom. Camus reminds us that freedom is not a passive gift, but a dynamic force that requires constant vigilance and effort. We delve into the importance of voicing our opinions, protecting freedom of thought, and resisting authoritarianism. In a world of information overload, we navigate the delicate balance between free expression and the need for responsible journalism in the digital age. In the relentless pursuit of freedom, Camus advocates for an active engagement with the world. Freedom, according to his philosophy, is not bestowed by external authorities, but is won through the collective efforts of individuals. It is a continuous struggle, an ongoing battle against the forces that seek to suppress individual liberties. Consider the historical context in which Camus lived post-World War, eyewitnessing the rise of communism in Eastern Europe. In the aftermath of one form of authoritarianism, Camus saw the potential dangers of another emerging. The allure of communism promised freedom for all, yet Camus discerned the flaws in its methodology. The suppression of opposing views, the disregard for individual freedoms in the pursuit of a utopian future, these were pitfalls that Camus vehemently opposed. The fight for freedom, as Camus envisions it, extends beyond personal liberties to the safeguarding of fundamental democratic values. In the contemporary landscape, where information flows with unprecedented speed and social platforms serve as virtual town squares, the need to protect freedom of thought becomes paramount. However, the landscape is not without its complexities. Camus's era did not grapple with the internet's swift dissemination of information, blurring the lines between fact and opinion. In this age, the struggle for freedom encompasses the responsible use of social platforms, the need for fact-checking, and the delicate dance between censorship and free expression. As contributors to society, the call to fight for freedom resonates on both the grand and intimate stages. It implores us to challenge authority, voice dissent, and contribute to the collective effort of maintaining a free and just society. Camus's philosophy, rooted in the post-war struggles of his time, becomes a timeless guide for navigating the complexities of freedom in our ever-evolving world. 2. The art of freedom. Camus extols the role of art in the pursuit of freedom, asserting that true art thrives on self-imposed constraints. We explore the transformative power of creativity, whether expressed through traditional arts or contemporary digital mediums. Becoming both creators and appreciators of art, we unlock the doors to inner freedom. For Camus, the connection between freedom and art is profound. He contends that art lives only on the restraints it imposes on itself, suggesting that true creativity emerges when faced with limitations. This perspective challenges conventional notions of freedom as boundless, advocating for a freedom that finds expression within deliberate constraints. Consider the implications of this perspective on personal creativity. In a world saturated with limitless possibilities, Camus urges us to embrace constraints as catalysts for innovation. The artist who willingly imposes restrictions on their medium, be it a word limit for a writer or a color palette for a painter, experiences a unique kind of freedom. It is within these limitations that creativity flourishes, and the artist finds the space to convey profound messages. In the contemporary era, where digital technology has democratized creative expression, the avenues for artistic liberation are expansive. From graphic design to music production, the digital realm offers a canvas for self-expression that transcends traditional boundaries. Camus's philosophy encourages us not only to create, but to create within the framework of intentional constraints, finding freedom in the very act of imposing limitations. Moreover, the act of appreciating art becomes a pathway to inner freedom. Camus suggests that art, when approached with an open mind, enhances the observer's inner freedom. Whether attending a gallery exhibition, a live performance, or engaging with digital media, the consumption of art serves as a portal to new perspectives and heightened awareness. Incorporating Camus's philosophy into our lives invites us to be both creators and consumers of art. For those inclined toward artistic pursuits, it means actively seeking out self-imposed constraints as vehicles for creative expression. Whether it's writing a sonnet within a strict form or composing a piece of music using limited instruments, the process becomes an exercise in liberation through intentional limitation. On the flip side, the appreciation of art becomes an intentional act of seeking diverse perspectives. Visiting galleries, attending performances, or exploring the digital landscape broadens our understanding of the human experience. In this, we cultivate a sense of inner freedom and openness to the myriad ways in which creativity can manifest. In essence, the art of freedom is not bound by the absence of constraints, but thrives within the intentional imposition of limitations. As we navigate the landscape of creative expression, Camus's philosophy becomes a guiding light, encouraging us to embrace constraints as allies in the pursuit of true artistic freedom. 3. The rebellion of existence. Camus challenges us to rebel against the monotony of an unfree world, urging us to infuse our existence with a sense of purpose. We navigate the moments of existential crisis, where routine threatens to engulf our lives, and explore the avenues of rebellion, both subtle and impactful, that redefine the contours of our journey. In the tapestry of human existence, Camus identifies a recurring pattern, the entrapment of individuals within the routines of daily life. The wake-up, work, eat, sleep cycle, when left unquestioned, becomes a form of voluntary servitude. Camus contends that within this routine lies a profound sense of isolation and disconnection from the essence of life. Existential rebellion, as prescribed by Camus, is a response to this perceived entrapment. It is a call to break free from the shackles of routine, to rebel against the mechanization of existence, and to infuse life with a passionate sense of purpose. At its core, rebellion is not a rejection of structure, but a refusal to succumb to the numbing effects of a life devoid of meaning. Consider the individual who, in the midst of routine, experiences a sudden awakening, a realization that life is slipping away and the only certainty is death. This awakening sparks a rebellion against the mundane, a questioning of the purpose behind the daily grind. It is in these moments of existential crisis that Camus sees the potential for profound transformation. Rebellion, according to Camus, need not be grandiose or revolutionary. It can manifest in small, intentional acts that disrupt the monotony of life. Whether it's taking a different route to work, trying a new hobby, or questioning societal norms, these acts become the rebellion against the perceived meaninglessness of existence. In exploring the philosophy of existential rebellion, Camus draws a parallel between routine and the absurdity of life. Just as routine threatens to numb us to the richness of existence, the absurdity of life poses a similar challenge. By rebelling against both, we pave the way for a life imbued with meaning and passion. As we navigate the complexities of existence, Camus's philosophy invites us to become conscious rebels. It is a call to question the routines that threaten to lull us into complacency and to actively engage in the creation of a meaningful life. In the rebellion against the ordinary, we discover the extraordinary transforming our existence from a mere passage of time to a vibrant, purpose-infused journey. 4. Balancing freedom and justice. In the intricate dance between freedom and justice, Albert Camus imparts a crucial lesson on the delicate equilibrium required for a society to thrive. He contends that freedom, while essential for individual growth and fulfillment, cannot exist in isolation. The very fabric of freedom is woven into the societal tapestry, and maintaining a delicate balance becomes paramount. Camus's vehement opposition to the death penalty serves as a poignant example of his commitment to justice within the realm of freedom. In his essay, Reflections on the Guillotine, he argues that the state's authority over life and death infringes upon the very essence of individual freedom. For him, justice is not served by revenge, but by fostering an environment where individuals have the opportunity to be equally free and find meaning in their lives. Yet the challenge lies in avoiding the extremes. Camus cautions against the dangers of unchecked freedom leading to chaos, or, conversely, excessive regulation suffocating individual liberties. The delicate balance lies in preserving democratic values while safeguarding the rights and freedoms of all citizens. On a practical level, this means advocating for the preservation of essential democratic processes, such as the right to vote. In safeguarding this fundamental right, a society ensures that its members have a say in shaping the laws and policies that govern them. This is a tangible expression of the delicate dance between freedom and justice, where individual freedoms harmonize with the collective will of the people. In essence, Camus implores us to foster a society where freedom and justice coexist, mutually reinforcing one another. It requires vigilance, a commitment to democratic values, and a recognition that the true strength of a society lies in its ability to harmonize individual freedoms with the overarching pursuit of justice. 5. The shadows of freedom. As we bask in the glow of personal freedom, Albert Camus urges us to acknowledge the shadows that accompany its radiant light. Freedom, in its unabridged form, can cast its silhouette on the rights and well-being of others. In this exploration, we confront the paradoxes inherent in the pursuit of personal autonomy and the responsibilities it entails. Camus acknowledges that an individual's freedom might clash with the freedom of others, highlighting the perpetual conflict of interests in the human experience. The recognition of this duality forms the bedrock of a responsible and empathetic approach to freedom. It calls for a nuanced understanding that personal liberties, while essential, should not come at the cost of the rights and well-being of fellow beings. Consider the scenario of noise pollution in a residential neighborhood. While you have the freedom to play loud music in your home, this exercise of personal autonomy must be tempered with an awareness of how it impacts your neighbors. Striking a balance becomes imperative, exercising your freedom without infringing upon the peaceful enjoyment of the same freedom by others. This principle extends to cultural and religious practices as well. While individuals have the freedom to adhere to their beliefs and customs, there exists a responsibility to navigate these expressions in a manner that respects the diverse tapestry of society. Camus encourages us to avoid demanding freedoms that elevate us above others, emphasizing the importance of empathy and understanding. In essence, Camus prompts us to embrace a form of freedom that respects the rights and well-being of others. It involves a constant awareness of the shadows cast by our actions and choices, urging us to tread the path of personal autonomy with empathy, responsibility, and a commitment to the collective welfare. 6. Freedom as self-improvement. Albert Camus, in his profound exploration of absurd freedom, invites us to view our liberation not merely as a chance, but as a mandate for continuous self-improvement. Freedom, in its truest form, becomes the catalyst for personal growth, a relentless journey of refining ourselves and shaping the architects of our destiny. Camus's philosophy urges us to confront the inherent meaninglessness of life, and in doing so, to embrace the power of self-determination. The freedom to give our existence any meaning we desire opens the door to a transformative journey. This journey, however, is not one of complacency, but a perpetual quest for becoming the best versions of ourselves. The concept of absurd freedom, as espoused by Camus, aligns with the idea that life's lack of inherent meaning is an opportunity rather than a hindrance. In facing the absurdity of existence, we gain the freedom to set our own goals, to redefine success, and to break free from societal expectations that may limit our true potential. As we navigate the uncertainties of life, Camus encourages us to see challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as stepping stones to personal development. Adversity, instead of being a roadblock, becomes the catalyst for resilience and growth. The freedom to confront and overcome challenges shapes us into individuals capable of navigating the complexities of existence. Consider a situation where an individual faces a career setback, perhaps losing a job unexpectedly. In the face of the apparent meaninglessness of the situation, Camus would guide us to view it as an opportunity for reinvention. The freedom to reimagine one's career path, to acquire new skills, and to chart a course aligned with personal passions becomes the essence of absurd freedom in action. In essence, the journey of self-improvement is intertwined with the concept of absurd freedom. It is not a destination, but a perpetual odyssey, an ever-evolving process of becoming the person we need to be to overcome challenges, fulfill our aspirations, and ultimately, to mold ourselves into the architects of our desired destiny. As we navigate this journey, we embody the transformative power of freedom, embracing personal growth as an integral part of living freely in a world that may appear void of inherent meaning. As we conclude this exploration of Albert Camus's philosophy, let us carry forward the torch of absurd freedom. In a world that often seems devoid of inherent meaning, we find purpose in crafting our own destinies, in the rebellion against the mundane, and in the dance between freedom and justice. May this journey inspire you to embrace the absurdity of life, to wield your freedom responsibly, and to discover the profound meaning that emerges when you choose to live freely in a seemingly meaningless world. Thank you for embarking on this philosophical odyssey. May your pursuit of absurd freedom illuminate the path to a life lived with purpose, passion, and the unbridled joy of self-discovery. Stay inspired, stay free,